Hi, I'm MadSal, and welcome back to the series where I take you through one of my TikTok videos from the idea through the Photoshop phase all the way to posting, where you find out how much money I made. You may have seen some of these Photoshop ads or some of these viral videos, and all of those are me. I'm not as crazy as I make myself seem, but people on the internet seem to like it, so I keep making it because it's funny and it's all a joke. Little refresher, in my last video, I made a TikTok of me photoshopping myself into my Bumble Matches pictures and sending it to them. It ended up taking off, which makes me so happy, but all of the comments are asking what he said, and unfortunately, I got left on red. Unbelievable. So since I didn't get a response out of that man, let's Bumble together. I want a more high quality picture because in the last video, the quality was like really grainy. I also want like an interesting enough picture that it's not just like someone posed, or a fish picture. Oh, should I make a bicycle built for two? Okay, it's an option. A bicycle built for two is so funny. Oh, there we go. Kayak built for two. Kayak built for two. I think that's it, right? Okay, that's what I'm doing. Now, how should I take this pic? Back to the cool lighting. So first I want to crop out all of that. We are once again going to want to remove my background. I would like to retain as much of these kayak bars as possible because AI is really bad at generating straight like bar type things. I've tried to do like weights at the gym and it's just really frustrating. That's why I posed with a bar, just to make my life easier. Now that I've made the cutout of myself, we can get into the meat and potatoes of my TikTok. I'm starting with generative expand, where you just drag out the edge of your image and click generative expand. You can type in a prompt or just click generate, and the AI will give you 3 different options of images that you can choose from. Same thing goes when using the lasso tool for generative fill. I'm just cleaning up this image. I'm speeding through a lot of this because it takes about 30 seconds to a minute for each generation. All right, here comes the funniest part. I always think it's such a funny hook having my body float into the TikToks, but then transforming and adjusting my picture to look like it fits with the guys is always a very difficult task. It takes a while. Matching my color to his photo is another difficult process. I like to use neural filters, which are AI-powered tools. There is a harmonization tab, which will automatically adjust the colors in my picture to the picture that I select. This is very hit and miss and takes a lot of manually adjusting colors. So I usually start with that, and then I'll go to my artboard and adjust as I see fit. I try not to get too in the weeds on color matching in the beginning. AI is such a big part of my brand that I try to get to the generative AI stuff as soon as I can early on. And that will do a lot of the heavy lifting of integrating me into the photo. So then after a lot of that is done, I can go through and manually adjust shadows, colors here and there where I see that it's needed. Yay. It doesn't look that real, but that is funny enough that like, honestly, I don't need to do that much work. I am always speaking too soon and saying that my edit is going to be so simple and just take like 15 minutes, and then I spend the next hour and a half adjusting every single pixel of the image, making sure every single hair on both of our heads looks realistic and that this isn't such an overtly AI generated photo. Another thing that is very important is, in order to be monetized on TikTok, your video needs to be over a minute. So I try to come up with as many elements as I can to use as checkpoints to keep viewers engaged consistently throughout the entire video. In this, I ended up doing a life jacket, dolphins, a sunset. No one's gonna watch me edit like this for 1 minute straight on TikTok. So I try to come up with some exciting things for the viewers to see. Ooh, you know what I wanna do? Okay, instead of like photoshopping and trying to create a matching life jacket, I'm going to use the reference image tool. So I took a screenshot of his life jacket, and now I'll just circle a life jacket area on me and with generative fill, I can upload a reference image. So I'll upload that screenshot and say life jacket. Oh, that looks really good. Let's see if I can do a red one though. There we go. Which one looks better? Watching this back, a lot of these life jackets were probably fine as is, but I think a big draw to my channel is how realistic my finished product looks. For the most part, I try to include as many original elements of myself as I can so I don't warp my body or change my clothes too much. So it's a tedious process of, one, using generative AI, but also copying and layer masking and piecing together this whole photo that is my vision. That's cute. That's funny. It doesn't look realistic, but I think it's like funny. You know, people will like it because it's funny and ridiculous. So then maybe I do add like a sunset. Tiny details like reflections get me praise from the occasional commenter. I'll get rid of the other people just to make it romantic. Oh no. Oh no, there's someone drowning no matter which generation. Yikes, they're just gonna drown, I guess. Believe it or not, I actually cut out about 15 minutes of me trying to manually create a sunset with a gradient map, and then I just gave up and added some clouds with generative fill. Okay, I'm good with this. It's very different. This is great. All right, now let me send it to him. I couldn't write a message on this one. I wanted to respond and say, on a kayak with you. All right, let's see. Come on, Dean. 24 hours. You got it. I've got fantastic news. Dean responded. Here's what he said. I'm gonna be honest, love your spirit, Dean. Didn't love the message. I decided to take Photoshop out of my Bumble profile because messages like these are just so boring. I think it was like a couple messages back and forth and then it fizzled out. So Dean's history, which is great news for this series. Edited the video, posted it. I'll have it linked on TikTok and Instagram in the description because YouTube copyrights the sound to these videos anyways, so you can go see it in your own time. This video performed amazing. 3.3 million views on TikTok and 54,000 views on Instagram. Not that great for Instagram, but we are excited about TikTok because that's where the money is. So let's talk TikTok. Here are the analytics. I got over 6,000 followers on this video alone. That is insane, unheard of. Like, for example, this video that I made where I have a giraffe licking my niece's head, that has 11 million views and I only got 4,000 followers from that. So 6,000 followers from 3 million views is kind of unheard of. Regardless of whether or not TikTok sticks around, analytics are interesting, and it goes to show that having something as an engaging series that could be repeated will get you followers, no matter how low the view count. And I know 3 million views is really high, but you're picking up what I'm putting down here. This video has 3 times the views of my last video, which earned around $500. So you would expect it would have 3 times the payout. That's not necessarily true. As we discussed in my last YouTube video, the longer a video goes up and the more views it gets, the lower the RPM gets. I ended up earning around $700 on this video. And then TikTok went and screwed me by disqualifying it from the Creator Rewards program for a reason that I have never gotten before. I've told you a little bit about the TikTok Creator Rewards program, in which each video must hit a certain amount of expectations in order to qualify for earnings. And then they have a handful of different rules that can disqualify your video from earning money. One big rule is no reposting without significant creative changes. So like adding text or different music or something. If you just repost the same exact video as is, it's going to get disqualified. I've had that happen before, and then I've had one video that was disqualified for inappropriate content. In the video, I was wearing sneakers and I took a picture of my feet and I circled the sneakers and turned them into bare feet. And then I captioned the video, when you have to make rent, but you still have dignity. And yeah, TikTok said that was a no-no. I stand by it. I wasn't actually selling feet pics. They said that my video was low quality. So I did a little look into what that means. You can read here what TikTok recognizes as high quality content. Basically something well produced where you put in effort and you're engaging the audience, you're getting a lot of comments, which is what my video is. When you get this message that says your video has been disqualified, you have the opportunity to appeal that disqualification once. And if your appeal is not approved, then you're out of luck. So I appealed this and they said, still no. A big issue that a lot of creators like me have with TikTok is they are notoriously impossible to get a hold of. They don't allow you to speak to anybody who works at TikTok. This is a video that would have earned over $1,000 in time. So it's a little frustrating, but that's the risk that you take with this kind of career, I guess. I still have a bunch of other videos up that did make money and have not been disqualified yet. So I'll continue to make this series and show you how much money I made on those other videos, how they performed, and any takeaways that I had. This video had more of a Photoshop tutorial. Let me know if you liked that and if you want to see more things like that. I plan to keep these videos coming, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like this video, hit the notification bell to see when those videos come out, and maybe if you're on Bumble, you might get a picture from me. Bye.